Hello, everyone. So, I actually have a message for you, and that is about spiritual warfare. And actually, it's about prolonged spiritual warfare. And this is something that I actually didn't want to talk about at first for a long time because spiritual warfare, sorry about the lights, spiritual warfare is something that is just so difficult to kind of accept that you're going through because it makes you feel like as if there's something wrong with you. And I'm here to tell you that there's not. So, in some cases, spiritual warfare, when you're going through an attack and the Lord does not let us know why it is that we're going through an attack or why it is that it's being prolonged or why it is that it's long, but we're going through an attack. And so the Lord will so when you're going through an attack, you could be like Job. And I know a lot of people hear Job and you kind of like get a little scared, but bear with me. Job went through so much spiritual warfare, and everything that he owned was taken away from him. He was left from being this rich merchant, or this rich man. He had all kind of cattle, all kind of lambs and sheep and cattle, and he had a huge family. He had servants, and everything was taken away from him. The Lord allowed Satan to take those things away from him. Why? And he never really gave him a reason why. But um but when you're going through spiritual warfare, I know that Job grew from who he was before to a completely different person in the end. But be faithful. Be faithful through with the Lord when you're going through spiritual warfare. As Christians, as believers, as followers of Jesus Christ, Yahushua, Yahweh, you have to understand it's not always, a lot of times when we go through spiritual warfare, he tells us that we go through that to grow. He says in the Bible, which I don't have the verse on me right now, but I'm sorry. But he says in the Bible for us to rejoice when we are going through the spiritual warfare. When we are going through persecution, he tells us to rejoice because we are deemed worthy to be able to go through that. Um, we are deemed worthy to, we are seen as worthy. Sorry, I'm trying to get it out. We are seen as worthy to go through transgression because it makes